brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
We're recapping the season as we look ahead to the Big 12s in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and of course the NCAA championships in Detroit, Michigan in early March. And Coach, we talked about a couple of guys. I want to highlight a couple more. Lance Runyon, he's only wrestled 6 times for you, coming back from major injury and surgery. He's looked good so far in a small sample size.
He's looked great. Just very relaxed and composed. That's one thing that he's kind of worked through. And this spring and summer, he spent a lot of time just on this thing. And man, he's won those matches, and he's been in Detroit thousands of times before. And you can kind of see that. He's been really good on top, but I mean, you're starting to see his hand fight really pick up. And last night he got to some really good attacks. But yeah, he's wrestling very well. And we never really got to see him healthy last year, and people didn't know that. But I mean, I think they're starting to see, oh, this guy's legit. I'm very happy with how he's been wrestling. Yeah.
Parker Kyson, number 4 in the country. He has 2 losses to the number 1 guy, and you're still seeing that fire as your freshman Parker Kyson is wrestling really well heading into his championship year.
Yeah, I mean, he's just set such a high standard for, he's raised a standard of our team and just how he trains and lives and how he goes about things. And I mean, people know. They know how that guy's going to compete every time. I mean, it is going to be breakneck from start to finish. He's going to work to score points, and he's getting a lot of guys now that are trying to do everything they can to just try to keep it close, right? And he's trying to strategize, and that can be frustrating at times. But to me, it's an ultimate compliment because they can't win. They can't win a firefight. So they're like, I got to figure out a way to be able to stop or hold this guy down, and they're just not being able to do it because he's so relentless in what he's doing. You said he's got 2 losses to the same guy, the defending national champ. He's got a very good weight class, but man, I know that he'll be prepared and ready. We're talking about Big 12s first, but man, he's ready to go win a national title.
He has that experience under his belt last year. We have a story coming up on Austin Yant, and last year I think he was 5th at the Big 12s, an NCAA qualifier. What have you seen out of him? He had big upset at Oklahoma State, a good year.
Yeah, just continued growth. You talk about him placing 5th and going to the national tournament, but most people don't remember that he wrestled like 1 match leading up to that. He had all kinds of injuries, but it just shows kind of the gritty kind of competitor that he is. And we got two captains on our team, and he's one of them because of how he goes and lives and just what he exemplifies on and off the mat. But excited for him, man. He's competed very well, and there's more to him, man. And I know we're going to see it in March.
Quick comment on his leadership for this team, though.
I mean, just how he lives and trains. I mean, guys know that he's earned everything. He's earned everything. They saw where he started, and then what he's built himself into through all that work and time that he's put in, and then other guys are like, well, heck, I'm going to do that too. So.
And the team votes on the captains?
The team votes on the captains, yep. So him and Parker, and then there's a couple other guys that were close, but those guys were overwhelming. Like, they were overwhelming, and it's like, and when you get almost every vote from the team, then guys recognize, and he's certainly stepped up and held himself accountable. That's a tough thing because you can want to shrink away from that task, or you can be like, yeah, man, put it on me, and he wants it on him.
Here's a story on team captain Austin Yant.